Podcast. My opinion. Podcast. All nine niggas.
All right, we are back with another episode of In My Opinion Podcast, Season 5, Episode 2. I have an author, actor, stand-up comedian with over 20 movies to his credit.
Thank you.
One of them, my favorites, How to Be a Player.
Absolutely.
One of the original VJs from MTV, both MTV Jams and MTV Beach House. He brought his hilarious comedic style to iconic platforms like Def Comedy Jam. You might catch his special on Amazon that was released last year, I Want My Life Back. And lastly, one of the very few comedians to bridge the hip-hop culture along with the comedy culture, bring it to the masses, and put it out mainstream. So I am glad to say that I have Bill Bellamy here.
My man, I love that intro. You got to do that every day. That make me feel good. I'm like, man, I did do some stuff, bro.
Oh, man.
Thank you.
You don't even know how much I saw you did online, too. So I was like, oh, man, but we'll get to it.
Okay.
So thank you for being here. One of the first questions I wanted to ask was, how did you get to be one of the original VJs of MTV? And second part of that question is, with all your interviews that you came across, I mean, you did Aaliyah, Biggie, Tupac, Kurt Cobain, Mariah Carey, Janet Jackson was all hugged up on you.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to have one story that
I got
maybe
a bunch
you haven't
of
shared
them. Oh, I got a
with
bunch
somebody
of
else
them.
that you'd like to share here first on In My Opinion Podcast.
Well, first, how I got to be a VJ, for people that are, watching and listening, that's a video jockey. It's like, it's like a DJ, but we were video jockeys because we were introducing videos. That's when, that's what MTV was about, music videos.
Okay.
So I'm a comedian. I'm in New York City, and they had a showcase. They were looking for new talent on MTV. So a guy named Barry Katz had this club called Boston Comedy Club in the Village, and he called me one day and he was just like, "Yo, B man, I think you should come up here, bro. MTV's looking for some new guys. You're funny. We think you would be a good fit." Lo and behold, I go up there, I kill it. I do like 15 minutes, and this lady Tracy Jordan comes up to me and she's like, "Oh my God, I think you're really a funny guy. You'd be really great on one of our new shows." And that was going to be MTV Jams, because MTV Jams hadn't been created yet.
Oh.
And so that's why that show was new with me, And so once I started doing that, all that interviewing stuff, man, my life just changed overnight. Like, I just started getting more and more interviews. People wanted to get interviewed by me because they felt like, Bill Bellamy's funny. We know him from Def Comedy Jam. He's a funny dude, and we already know him. So they didn't know all the other VJs because they wasn't famous yet. So I came in with a little bit of swag, right? And so when I would sit down and kick it with people, they were already like, "Yo, Bill, you my dude." Like, you know what I mean? They already was comfy. So that's why I was always getting like great interviews with Janet, because Janet we became friends,
Oh.
So that's why when we sitting there talking, she was so loose. She wasn't kind of like this or that. She was just like being herself, which was actually really cool. One of my craziest interviews, I will never forget this, when Dr. Dre told me about Eminem. And he was like, yo, Bill, man, I got this dude, man. He crazy out of Detroit, white boy. He off the chain. You know what I'm saying? His name Eminem. And I'm like, Eminem, like M&M's? And he was like, nah, it's Eminem. You know what I'm saying? He got a little alter ego, Slim Shady. I said, you gonna go from Snoop Doggy Dogg and the Fabulous Dramatics to a white boy from Detroit? I don't know, Dr. Dre. What?
Did you drop his original video?
Yes.
My name is?
My name is.
Oh, shit.
I said, oh, shit. Like, I didn't realize. I was like, yo, Dr. Dre produced it, everything, whatever. And it was a different sound, too.
Yeah.
But it was flavor as hell. I said, yo, Dr. Dre, my bad, man. No disrespect. I didn't really see it at first. Eminem, one of the best artists he ever signed. One of the best hip-hop artists ever, bro.
Yes.
And I'm like, I was there when they were shooting the video. I was there when they was just putting his package together, where it was about to be released on MTV and it premiere. So shout out to M, man. Thank you for, your contribution to hip hop and what you've done. You know what I'm saying? You earned it, baby.
Yes, he did, because I can say for myself, when I first heard it, I go, this white boy's on some other shit.
Right, I thought it was gimmicky at first. I was kind of like, well, I don't know if this is gonna work in hip hop, But he wasn't Vanilla Ice. He was just different. And his wordplay. The one thing that I did know was his wordplay was crazy. His wordplay and how fast, and every word you could hear the word. It wasn't like he was mumbling. Blah, 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 blah. You could hear all of his precise enunciation.
Oh yeah. I can't say enough good things about that man.
Yes.
He's just dope.
He's a beast.
He's a beast. On that topic real quick, only because I watched the documentary about the Super Bowl last year.
Okay.
How did you feel of that whole thing coming together? Because that was an iconic Super Bowl.
I thought it
since you just mentioned him.
Oh my God.
And
first of all, for Dr. Dre to do the Super Bowl the way they did, I thought it was incredible. I think it was an amazing moment in hip hop. Because the Super Bowl is so mainstream. It's so mainstream, you know what I mean? That for us to get that opportunity to have hip hop, which is also mainstream, on that platform, that was groundbreaking. And then you have all these artists that Dr. Dre, which to me is like his children, you know what I mean? You got Snoop, you got 50, you got M. I mean, the only person we missed was Game, and Game should have been in there too, in my opinion, because he's sort of like a part of that whole thing, and he's very much LA, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I thought the only thing they missed was not having Game, because I love Game. I would have been dope too. But just the idea, the concept of it, and the way they present it was bananas.
it was, and I think
It was bananas. You could watch it right now and you still get goosebumps. It was crazy.
Not only did I think it was bananas then, but after watching the documentary and saw all the work that was put into it, because again, you don't see the behind the stuff of everything. So when you see that, you're like, oh shit, this is like
really dope. Yeah,
being made in front of us.
Yes, sir.
So that was
shout out
crazy.
to all the creatives on that one. Shout out to Jay-Z,
yes.
Dr. Dre, all the artists on that one.
All right. I wanted to ask you, two names always get thrown into the mix when it comes to storytelling or the great story givers. Mm-hmm. And there's either, may he rest in peace, Charlie Murphy.
Correct.
And every comedian that has stopped by and I've had on this says, man, you got to have Bill on this. You have to have Mr. Bellamy.
Right.
So I want to ask, because you're just known as the person, because you've been around so long. You've seen everything. So are there maybe one or two stories that you could share with us where you're like, man, I can't believe that I was there? Because, he was probably there when Pac first signed his, with Digital Underground. And,
I'll give you a cool little story. This is a thing that most people didn't realize, right? So I'm in Atlanta, and I am shooting Brat's video called "Give It to You."
Okay.
So if you go back and watch this video, you might be able to take a clip and put it in there. Everybody was in the video: Mary, Big, Tupac, Jermaine Dupri, obviously. David Nelson was the director, and so now Biggie and Pac are like this. Literally, like this is like a moment where it's just amazing. Stretches with us. We all in this trailer because it's kind of like, we waiting for the cameras to get ready and whatever. This is the first time I ever got a contact high, and it was with Biggie and Tupac, right? And this was the first time I seen cats roll blunts, like really like take all the stuff out, blah blah blah. So they laughing like and here's the thing that people don't realize, like. You look at these rappers, man. These rappers love comedians. Yeah. They love to laugh, like cutting up, acting crazy and shit. So Pac was always like, Bill, you crazy the motherfucker, man. How you be thinking of that shit? How you be thinking of that crazy shit? Nigga, we be getting high watching you do that shit on that shit. Like, they really had a lot of love for me, him and Big. And they like, yo, man, you make us look good on MTV. Nigga, keep getting it, right? And I always felt like, I was purposeful, you know what I mean? I wanted to blow my boys up. I wanted the artists to get they shine and blow up and go platinum and shit. So real talk, right? I'm like in the trailer with these cats, right? And this, you can't even see. If you Tupac, I'm sitting here, I can't even see them. It's so much smoke. This is how much they smoking. This is when it's completely illegal. The new days we fine. This is when it's absolutely 1,000% illegal to smoke marijuana. They had a bag, like a Target bag, right? So they like, yo, man, this shit right here, man. They doing it together. They sitting there and whatever, and then they blow the smoke in my face, bro. So by the time I get to shoot, I'm so high. Like if you go back and watch the video, I play the valet. And I meet all the chicks because I parked the cars. Go back and watch the video. You'll see little snapshot of Big. You see all the different rappers and whatever. You see Crisscross in it. It's a really good moment.
I don't even remember that.
Yeah, it's called Give It To You.
Oh, it sounds like I've watched a couple of podcasts that you've been on, and it sounds like the Brat has a sweet spot in your heart.
Yeah.
So why is that?
Well, the Brat. The reason why I love the Brat, she was the first female artist to ever go platinum. Solo artist. Ain't that crazy? People don't know that. So that album Functified went platinum, and I helped get that album. We had her on heavy rotation. So Functified, and so that album itself took her through the roof. That's why, and we came up together. Like me and Brat was like coming up together. Shout out to Brat.
Okay, all right. I have to talk about this movie only because it's one of my favorite movies.
Which one?
And it also got me in trouble. So it got me in trouble because I too started to keep underwear in a shoebox. All right.
Oh yeah. I know you talking about how to be a player.
How to be a player.
No doubt.
How come that wasn't one of the cardinal rules? Not to keep shit. And
gotta throw it away, Playboy. You can't explain why you got a shoebox full of panties.
And the second one is, I want to know if that's something that maybe you came up with or a writer. Where did that come from? Where I was just like, only because to me, again, I think I was maybe 15 when I got the movie, so I was like, I'm gonna start keeping underwear.
So the thing about the thing about that was like, for a player, the panties was a sign of the things you have accomplished. You know what I'm saying? The different chicks you done been with, right? Yeah. So I thought it would be kind of dope. You know what I'm saying? That every girl that he ever slept with or he messed with, that he keeps something. You know what I mean? Because you can't put all their pictures up because then the whole shit is dead, right? So I was like, yo, he should have like a shoebox of panties. And
so you thought of that?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, because, I'm just saying it's a subtle detail, but it's kind of like, it's kind of sexy. Like you go, oh, shit. That's how many panties he got, you know what I mean? It was just some extra player stuff.
As a matter of fact, I watched that scene last night, and I noticed, I go, Adidas had to be one of the sponsors.
Yeah,
of that movie
they gave us
because your whole shoe rack was Adidas,
yeah,
or your boxes was Adidas.
Right.
And I was like, I love Three Stripe.
Yeah.
Tell me that man has like, you're sponsored for life. When it comes
for life. I'm locked in with Adidas.
There you go. Since we're on the topic of this movie, I wanted to ask you just real quickly, because unfortunately we lost two great comedians from that movie.
Yes.
So do you have any stories with Gilbert Gottfried or Bernie Mac, the legend himself?
Well, we lost three, actually. We lost Bernie, we lost Gilbert Gottfried, and A.J. Johnson.
Oh, yeah. AJ,
that's what I'm saying.
Right,
so,
right.
Because
my boy Freeze was
very, he played Ezell, on different, on one of the other movies. But the thing I would say that they all did was bring something very unique to the movie. Gilbert, oh my God, you got so much company out there. Gilbert Gottfried was so stupid, right? So I really enjoyed working with him. And the hardest thing was keeping AJ on script, because he would never say his lines. So you can't say nothing because you don't know what he's gonna say. That was one thing. The other thing that was difficult with Bernie was so funny, you can't, he break you. Look at him, man. He like, what is that smell? This motherfucker. Like he made up Badissi.
I was gonna say, was that improv?
In the middle of he just said that shit. Like, bro, that wasn't written, bro. And I'm trying to be like, oh no. I couldn't even, bro.
I think there was a moment in that where you didn't catch it.
Bro, I had to do that shit 8 times, bro. Because the first time he said it, it was so freaking funny to me. I broke character. I was like, oh, I collapsed, bro. It was so funny. He was like, man, stop up playing, bro. Like, doing it, man. I'm trying to make this a motherfucking movie, man. So shout out to Matt.
You know, another thing that I caught from that movie, just real quick, is I was like, I had to rewind it and go back. The kids that were saying the hot sauce. Who's got the hot sauce? Who's,
the M&Ms.
yeah, the
two fat kids.
yeah, Jamal and Jarrett Mixton, right? Because I was all, wait, I think I seen them on Me, Myself, and Irene, and then I googled them, and I was all, and they were on Nutty Professor. So how did they get into the movie?
I don't know how they got in the movie, honestly, but they added such a interesting comedic flair because, you know, there's these two overweight kids that talk about each other all the time. And if you go back and you watch, J. Anthony Brown had a funny ass scene with them on the grill. I remember that, like at the cookout. J. Anthony Brown, another comedian that was in the movie. We had a bunch of comics.
Oh yeah, that movie was, like I said, one of my favorites growing up. All right, Phase on Love. I had him on the show as well, and I just had to ask because I've had Gary Owen, and I think my boy Mara Hodge might have been there that day. But you and Faison decided to do a push-up challenge.
Oh yeah, that was hysterical.
And I will clip that in.
Now, what did Faison say he could do?
Faison has said that he can do 100 push-ups correctly. He has put down $100.
Where's my 100, Wes?
And here's another $100 who is sitting there under this bottle of water, waiting for the
Any side bets on who gonna do the most push-ups?
no side bets.
I got a side bet.
We are all one.
Right here.
Neither of us can do it.
I got 50 on Bill.
50.
We are in Vegas. So
This Vegas, you gotta gamble. Wes, anything? You good? You sound good. I'm good.
And I am Caesar of Caesar's Casino, the sports app.
Did Caesar get stabbed in the back?
But we shall see. What
And
happens.
there's some OG shit right here. Hey, y'all, real quick. Go ahead. Let's get it. Let's go.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit!
Faison, come on, man.
You walking out on this?
Hey,
You walking out on this, Faison?
What's the bill?
he said 100.
You thought it was a production meeting needed to happen?
You gonna do them together? No, you go first. And just see how many I tap out.
Yeah, that's how you do it.
No, I like to go with you.
We can't go at the
Why
same
you
time.
can't count to 100?
No. Because you're racing.
Yes, we gonna push him out. I'm gonna call him out.
And we gonna count.
Let's do it together.
No, I can't count while you doing it.
It's 250 on the table. 200 for side bet of 50.
On the table right now. We are in Vegas. That's how it goes down in Vegas. On the table. And all you out there, all you fans of push-ups,
We need Patty Street.
place your bet. Place your bet. It's going down right now. Bill Bellamy versus Faison Love. Bill is already at home.
Somebody said Faison's stomach gonna help him in the process.
17, 18, 19, 20, 21. I know. That's how many push-ups.
23, 24.
5, 6,
7, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48,
As long as you hold your body,
49.
you don't gotta, just stop. Get your breath. You know, long as you're on your hands
That's
off
50
the ground.
right now. That's 50 count. I'm not
51.
54.
No!
Two.
We got it on tape. We get you.
You're doing good, man.
52.
Get too great.
Okay. They say
Backward push-up. Boom!
1,
2,
3, 4.
5. Come on, Faison. Oh, now you crossing your feet, nigga? Did you giving a girl push up?
Just to go to show.
And there you have it, people. There you have it. Bill Bellamy, 50.
I love you, boy.
$400 on the table. Money's on the table right here.
Give him
It's the money right
you gotta
here.
give him money for the
before he put his knees on the ground. Face on fire.
Face on fire.
JB.
Wait, they will come into it. Face on fire.
JB.
Any thoughts?
I was very entertained. The sound effects, it was the sound effects for me. It was the sound effects for me. How does that win feel, Bill? How does the win feel?
Oh my God! Let me tell you, he was messing up my count. I was trying to get to 60, but 52 was cool. I'm cool.
Yeah.
I'm cool, but yo, push-ups ain't no joke. No joke. People be sleeping.
Now, how did that feel? How did that feel?
We just being silly. I love you. Oh my God. Oh my God.
I don't feel like I don't want to show him up. Because she obviously saw my form.
Yeah, your form. What was the thing with the knees, though? The knees.
Showing up. Push-ups, you know what I'm saying?
100. Oh my God.
The funniest thing, we're shooting a movie. Our movie's coming out August. It's called Back to the Strip. So we in Vegas shooting a movie, right? And so I had just got challenged by some kid in Pittsburgh doing push-ups, right?
Okay.
And it went viral. So Faison said, yo, I seen your Instagram the other day in Pittsburgh. So you do push-ups. I was like, yeah, I push a little bit, whatever. He was like, man, I'll push you any day of the week. I said, man, you better stop playing. He was like, nah, I'm dead ass serious. I'll push you any day of the week. But he said it like he was serious. I was like, all right, so what's the most you think you can do? He said, whatever you could do. I said, the most I ever did in my life is 63. He said, I could do that. And he put $100 on the table. So now I said, I'm trying to think, am I getting catfished or like, is it a prank? Because I'm like, maybe he really, really, really strong and I don't know it. Because, you're looking at Faison like you don't know, but he is Diesel. So I was like, all right. So Tiffany in there, everybody put their money in, right? So people both know who they think gonna win. Wesley's there.
Oh,
And so,
yeah. That's
yeah.
right. Yeah,
So
yeah.
Wesley's there, Gary's there, Tiffany Haddish is there, JB Smooth is there, Gary, all of us, right? And Gary's like, yo, I'm putting this on my live, right? He did 5, bro. It was hilarious. And he
got on
did
his
5 girl push-ups. That's what was crazy. He was like, he started shaking. I started, man, everybody busted out laughing.
The only thing that would have concerned me is I've done this. I've had that push-up challenge myself back in the days, and I'm always afraid of who's around me. So to have that many comedians and then to pop off
bro,
something smart,
it was
I've
5
fallen
phones
on my face,
bro, it was 5 phones recording this at one time. So he walked himself into it, but he a good guy, man. He's Faison crazy. He ain't care. He don't care about that. He don't care about that.
All right, if you don't mind, I got 2 more questions for you.
Okay.
Is that good? The one I wanted to know is because, again, I heard this on another podcast. I heard you talking about the term booty call and where it came from.
Correct.
And that was the first time I ever heard that it came from, if I got this correct, it came from you commenting about Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
And then you wrote it down and then took it to the club and then it was fire.
And it went
right?
fire, yeah.
So
because it
my
was a hot
question
topic. It was a hot topic.
Does Mike Tyson know that's where it came from?
I
Because you
don't
had
know.
to
That's a good one.
pass.
I never brought it up to him. But the only reason that I got that idea because it was, you don't understand how big Mike Tyson was at the moment. So at that moment in time, he's like he's like Rocky, he's our hero. He's the first hip hop champion, Mike Tyson is hip hop. You know what I mean? So when Mike got caught that flat in Indiana, it was crazy because people was like, yo, they serious? They gonna lock Mike up? That's crazy. Like not Mike, like Mike really gonna go to jail for this? And so when they was doing the interviews and stuff, I was watching it on the news, and the girl, was basically saying I didn't know, why she went to his room at 3 a.m. I'm like, stop, and that's where the light bulb went. Bing, like that's a booty call. Like it's like, yo, everybody know what a booty call is, right? And so that's when I went to the club and I was like, yo, I gotta write this shit out. I gotta make it really, really funny because people do it, but they don't know what it is. And women try to act like they don't know what it is, but they do. And dudes know what they're doing, but they don't say it. So it was like catchy, you know.
And that was actually the set that got you on Def Comedy Jam?
That was the set. That was the set that got me, that I did on my showcase that got me Def Jam. So when I did it in the club, Def Jam executives was there. No, HBO executives was there in the crowd at Uptown. They came to me and said, yo, we want that set on HBO. And that's how I got on.
Damn. Have you been on Hot Boxing yet, Mike Tyson?
Yeah, I've been on the show, yeah.
You guys didn't bring it up there? I would have.
I forgot.
Oh, man. All right. Last thing I wanted to talk about is only because I wore the jersey. All right. I wore the jersey because through the grapevine, I've heard that you are cousins with Shaquille O'Neal.
Yes.
One of the greatest players to ever play the game. One of my favorite players to play the game.
Most dominant.
And one of the very few basketball players that has rhyming skills.
Oh, yeah.
So I wanted to know, only because I love the song that he did with Biggie. It was
Can't Stop the Rain.
Stop the Rain.
Can't Stop the Rain.
He lyrically came with it.
Yo, that's to me.
So
that was.
Tell me you had something to do with that.
No.
Or
Shaq took his time with that. You know what I'm saying? And that Can't Stop the Rain was hard. Biggie Tubble Tito. I'm trying to think of the lyrics right now.
I just know the
I like the
flashlight.
It was really cool because they took an old school sample, flipped it, and he's basically, what I loved about Shaq, he really was talking about him and his life, you know, and what he was doing. You can't stop it, you know what I mean? So it was really, really complimentary to what he was doing, like rappers taking real life and you know, embellishing it and making it fly. And then he was able to get big on with them. From Milan to Malima, the DC women got condos with elevators under them. You know what I mean? Something that turned into mirages, sticking this and missing that stuff, copper full material. How can I say I stand there? I got land there. Some shit. It was fly though.
Oh no,
it was fly. I was hoping. I remember when it came out, Shaq was like, yo, dog, I got big on this with me. It's going to be crazy. And when I heard it, I was like, oh, my God, that's nuts. I was hoping they was going to do a video with Big in it.
Oh, with Big in it.
Yeah,
I was going to say, didn't he have a video with it? Yeah, but still, that
iconic.
I played it this morning for my kids, and I was like, you know who that is? And I had to show them that it was Shaq. And they was like, Shaq raps? And I was like, Shaq, I want to say his album at least went gold if it didn't go platinum.
He's done a bunch. He did a bunch of records. He did that diss track. You remember that went viral about Kobe back in the day?
Well, since you brought up Kobe, I just want to know, only because I have this big debate between Kobe and AI, but I tell people, I want to know, since he's family too, so you might get the pass.
Okay.
But were you excited when Shaq got a ring before Kobe? Because I was. That's the reason I bought this jersey. I felt like they could have kept him in that.
I'm going to say why. I'm going to tell you why at the time. First, family. Two, it was kind of silly to me why they would force Shaq out of LA. Because I'm like, there's no other person that could fill that void for them. Because he was the glue. It don't matter. No one could stop him. He opened up the offense for everybody. But him and Kobe just was big, you know, they both young, you know, multi-millionaires, you know, super alpha males, you know what I'm saying, whose team it is, because technically it was Shaq's team, you know, let's be real, it was Shaq's team, and Kobe came in and he's like, it's my team. But Shaq is like, you got to give me the ball, because I'm unstoppable. He's 100% in the paint. That's when we talking vintage. So that whole bickering, which I wish hindsight they would have been more mature and figured out how to make it work, because they could have won 3 more easily.
Oh, easily.
Easy.
Because I don't think Shaq became Shaq until he made it to L.A. Yeah. You know, I even saw you with clips earlier today with him and Hakeem Olajuwon.
Yeah.
And you know, Hakeem the Dream just.
But you got to understand, like
he was at that cusp with Hakeem, and once Hakeem left, it was Shaq's time.
Yeah, well, you know, Shaq came to L.A. and really, really took over the city. You know, L.A. embraced him in a great way, and so you got to understand, he came in impact. He came in impact, like it was undeniable that it was a new day. He came from Orlando and came out here. tore the rim off, went through dunking on everybody. They had to start fouling them and stuff. They was doing all kinds of crazy stuff. And so then you get this young phenom out of high school. He want to make a name for himself. He wants it to be his town, but Big Bro already got it. So you could see how it developed.
Yeah.
They figured it out later, but I always regretted that they didn't figure it out because they had LA on fire together.
My main man, Big James, the comedian Big James, get up on.
In my opinion, podcast. My opinion, podcast. All nine niggas, all nine niggas.